every one of you for participating in this focus group. We are testing a new escape room and want to get a consumer's opinion before we open it to the public. The rules are as follows. Technology is prohibited. I have eyes and ears. Food and drink is prohibited. The object is to find the code and escape. Everything you need is in this room. You have 1 hour. Are we in an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Should you complete the puzzle, find me across the hall to fill out the survey. You are our last group, so I'll be the only one at the facility. Should you fail to complete the objective in the allotted time, I'll come to you. Thank you once again for your participation. Good luck.
Alright, the best way to do this is to divide and conquer. My name is Diane, by the way. I'm gonna go scout around and see if there's something else we need to open.
Okay, well, I think the best way to attack this is if we work together. We wouldn't be here if we hadn't done an escape room before, so what's everyone's strong suits?
The last time I came with my family, and yeah, I didn't do anything, so.
Okay, and you? Oh, I'm sorry I didn't ask for names. I'm Valerie.
Seth.
Omar, I don't remember. I think I was trying to learn to speak English at that time.
Clearly, I'm the most qualified to handle this. If you follow my lead, we're gonna be out of here in no time.
Hey, this riddle seems important. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Would you repeat that, please?
Once in a minute, twice in a moment, never in 1,000 years. We can waste our time on this.
It's not waste of time. I have to take word for word in order to understand.
Y'all, let's just try not to think about it too hard. It's gonna come to us when it comes to us.
I got it.
Really?
It is the letter M.
That's too easy.
How is it the letter M? That doesn't make any sense. There's no typewriter in here or anything.
Let's just listen to the man and look one more time. Fine.
Wow, we couldn't even get past the first clue. Excuse me?
If we had just done what I suggested earlier.
If you had listened to me, we would be further along.
Come on, the letter M.
Guys? Where's the dude?
So I was able to think they're coming.
Only have the one.
Hello? Timer went off!
Hey, maybe he's going out for a smoke.
I actually think a smoke may kill him.
Hey, you're monitoring us, right?
Be patient.
Hello? Let us out!
Okay, I take over then. Come on, Seth. Get the door, the bottom door. Come on, lift. Let's go. Okay.
Hey, whatever you damage, you're paying for.
Okay, let the men take care of it, okay? Come on, Seth. Let's go. What happened?
I cut my finger.
Oh, come on, be a man. Do it one more time. Come on. Let's go.
No,
Come on.
I'm not doing this.
Unbelievable.
It's a stupid idea anyway. This is fake. You people never use your intelligence.
That's inappropriate.
The way you wear it is inappropriate.
I think she looks great.
I wouldn't let my daughter wear it.
I'm a grown woman. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
What was that?
I think the AC shut off.
Perfect.
Come on, sweetie, pull yourself together. We can't just sit here and wait until some man come and save us.
That's what you're doing.
It's over 80 degrees in here. Give me a break.
Some cop came to rescue us.
Oh yeah, you're a captain. Your force had to have noticed that you've been gone for hours, right? They're gonna come save us.
No,
Why not?
it's complicated. You know, the best way to get out of here is to resolve the puzzle. What did we stop at?
Damn riddle.
Right.
Hey guys, the title on every one of these books start with the letter M.
Gee, you're right. Valerie, what's the next clue?
It's just a list of words.
Is one of those words Mason?
Actually, yes.
Okay. I need you all to check those books and write down the page numbers when you find those words. I have a feeling that they're going to be coordinates for that map. So, where are you from, Omar?
I am from Yemen. I came 8 years after 9/11.
So after 9/11.
After 9/11? Is that the problem you have with me? You think I'm some kind of terrorist or something?
Well, no.
Well, you have an accent. Where are you from?
It's a long story.
I am working here to send money back to my family so that they have better opportunity. These guys have far more opportunity than we do.
Wait. You mean to tell me that you've had a threesome before?
Maybe? Okay, but don't tell anyone, because if my parents ever found out, I'd never hear the end of it. They're like incredibly conservative.
I know what you mean. My parents are always like, you need to get a real job.
Real job. What do you do now?
Well, I'm a musician, and it's been kind of a struggle to find gigs lately, and parents are getting tired of seeing me.
I mean, like, you just have to do what I do and keep pushing. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to get paid for promoting products on my Instagram.
Wait, that's what you do already? Just take selfies?
No, I'm an influencer.
I seen on the side of the road you're starting to some extra cash. You earn thousands a month just by showing your ass and tits on the internet.
Excuse me?
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it. And I thought my life was tough.
How so?
I just recently ended my 20 years marriage, and my kids hardly speak to me because I wasn't there for them growing up. I kind of put my job above everything else and wasn't devoted to my family.
You mean to tell me that you failed as a mother and wife? The very thing a woman should inherently know how to do?
Hey, now it doesn't come easy to everyone.
I don't believe it.
Look, women have come pretty far, and I don't know what they teach you in your country, but here, women can do everything the man can. And sitting around all the day watching the kids, it's not really my lifestyle.
I pity your children.
Honestly, it's not working for you. Find something else. Dog.
You are a man.
Well, it's more than you do.
Talking to you.
All you do is sit there and take pictures of your cat. Did the lights just go off?
No shit, dumbass.
Shut up, you bitch.
What's your language?
You should learn how to speak to a man.
Yeah, some man he is.
Hey.
Excuse me for trying to stand up for myself when I'm being disrespected.
Typical, playing the victim. Is there a flashlight?
Oh yeah, because some of us pay attention.
Goodness, Diana.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I think we need to rest, all of us. Like, just resolve this puzzle and wake up. Hey, are you okay?
Like you care. Some of us have emotions.
Just because I don't show my emotions doesn't mean that I'm not afraid.
What do you have to be afraid of?
Well, darkness, it's one of them.
Is that why you were having trouble breathing earlier?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but how is a police captain afraid of the dark?
This line of work has made me see things that have changed me. I let the fear get the best of me out once on film. And I almost shot an innocent man. When I told you earlier that I will have a free time, it's because I'm currently suspended.
Shit.
Now, you willing to tell me what's happening?
No one cares about me. My parents judge me for what I do for work, and guys only date me for sex. And my friends only hang out with me because I have money. I just realized that no one cares. No one even cares that if I made it home tonight.
I get it. You know, women are held at incredibly high standards. But the truth is, not everybody will like you. So you just have to learn how to be okay with that.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
You know, you should express yourself more. I mean, we've been in here for like, I don't know, 9 hours, and I'm just now getting to know you.
I guess it's just easier to be a leader when you don't show your vulnerability.
I owe the two of you an apology. This situation has opened my eyes to your capabilities. I doubted him because you were a woman. I just wanted to hold on to my manhood. Didn't want to let it go. Can you forgive me?
We understand.
Thank you. I hope my daughter grows up to be like you.
This is so kind.
Hey, Seth, come here. I owe you an apology as well. I'm sorry that I said that you lacked ambition.
It's cool. I'm sorry and all for going a little too far and calling you a slut and all. It's just frustrating as hell seeing people succeed when I'm out there busting my ass every single day.
I couldn't agree more.
So I guess we're all good then? And can I ask where we're at? Because I still kind of want to get out of here.
Yeah, well, we were able to mark coordinates on the map. But I don't know how to connect the dots.
Screenplay writers, actors, directors, musicians, authors, and entertainment. You are invited to join us here at KEI TV. For more information, call 972-989-9925.
So boss man, give me where me come from. Stop beat around the bush. You know see me frustrated and the youths are dead for younger. And you know stay like how we look. So boss man, give me where me come from. Stop beat around the bush. You know see me frustrated.
Darling, you send me. Darling, you send me, babe. Darling, yeah, send me. Honest you do, honest you do. You thrill me, baby, you thrill me, yes you do. Listen, at first I thought it was infatuation, but oh, it's lasts for so long. Now I find myself wanting you. I want to marry you and take you home. I know, baby, yeah, thrill me, darling, you thrill me, baby, darling, you thrill me, honest you do, honest you do, yeah.
It's premier programming at its best. You're with Tony and Jill on KEI TV.
So I get a call from out of nowhere, and it's this guy, Philip, who wants me to go down to his father's house and clean up after him. Now, why would he want somebody he don't even know to come down and clean up after his father? Especially since he's obviously embarrassed.
Why doesn't he do it himself?
Exactly. So I go down there, and I can't believe it. There's newspapers, magazines, old boxes, groceries piled up to the ceiling. I'm wondering, how did it get this far?
I'm wondering too.
I mean, these are lazy people. If their father can't clean up after himself, why don't they help him out?
I don't know.
Where's the love in this family?
I don't know that either.
Where's the love in this family?
Gotta roll, gotta roll, gotta roll, gotta roll. Gotta roll, jiggity, jiggity, gotta roll, jiggity, jiggity, da 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 da. Come on, guys, I gotta roll. Yeah. Every time the morning sun shines brightly in my eyes, motivates and moves me till I reach and touch the sky. All my hopes and dreams show me my path is very clear. As I lay to rest now, all my doubts and empty fears. Gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, 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 gotta roll, roll, roll. Oh, gotta roll, roll, oh, yeah. Got no time to sit and waste and wonder why I can't. All in life ain't fair, but still I never will look back. I can make the difference for myself and what I see. Then what's left is having fun. I'll roll on till it's done. Gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, roll. Oh, yeah, gotta roll, 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 gotta roll, roll, oh, yeah. No time wasted, so close I can taste it. And you thought that I would never get it done. All I'm saying, can't just keep playing. The time is now, so gotta roll and have some fun. Gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, 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 yeah. Gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, roll, oh, yeah. Each and every day the challenge stands in front of me. If I lay and wait, it won't play out successfully. Digging deep and reach your best, life always has the test. Now you know just what it takes to be your very best. Gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, roll, oh, yeah. Gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, 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 yeah.
No time wasted, so close I can taste it. And you thought that I would never get it done. All I'm saying, can't just keep playing. The time is now, so gotta roll and have some fun. Gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, 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 yeah, gotta roll, 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 oh, gotta roll, roll, oh, yeah. Every time the morning sun shines brightly in my eyes, motivates and moves me till I reach and touch the sky. All my hopes and dreams show me my path is very clear. As I lay to rest now, all my doubts and fear. Roll, 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 oh, roll, yeah, roll, yeah, roll, 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 yeah, roll, roll, roll,
Screenplay writers, actors, directors, musicians, authors, and entertainment. You are invited to join us here at KEI TV. For more information, call 972-989-9925.
My senior year in high school, we were transferred to the other side of town to go to school. We called it the white school. And the first days were really, really rough days. They didn't know us. We didn't know them. We were afraid. They were afraid. But as the week rolled in, the tension, well, never, ever eased, but it got to be a little bit better. So we were in a history class, and the teacher's name was Mr. Julius Michel. Mr. Michel was teaching and lecturing about all the wonderful things that people had done to contribute to our country, contribute to America. And I held my hand up and I asked him, what did my people do to contribute to America? Well, my mother had been successful in giving me an education about people like Booker T. Washington and other people who had given their lives and given their livelihoods to America to produce things. Well, Mr. Michel decided that I was a troublemaker simply for asking that question. Sent me to the principal's office. that very day they put me out of school. And that very day launched sort of a community organizer thing in me, because I became one of the leaders of the movement to bring some justice to the unfair treatment we were beginning to get in those newly integrated schools. Well, as time went on, I left and went to college to Mississippi Valley State University, and went on to the Navy. Got out in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and decided to be a musician and an actor out there, and spent a lot of years doing beach music, the Cats Meow, playing with platter review groups, and decided that I wanted to head to California. I got to do this thing. I don't know whether it's got to be a star, but got to be successful in this stuff. By then, I'm teamed up with a young lady by the name of Terry. Terry and I decided that we were going to perpetrate this little thing, that we were married. And that way we felt we could keep each other safe. So she was getting a child support check, $90 monthly. And we didn't have a whole lot of money. I decided I'd quit the Cats Meow. I'm going to head to Hollywood. Back in that day, it was okay. It was really good that you could hitchhike, but I didn't want to do that. I mean, it was just she and I, and we did have a car. So the brilliant plan we came up with was to alter her $90 check and make it $900. That's what we did. And that rented us a U-Haul trailer. And Terry had a young daughter with her. And we left Virginia, headed toward California, ended up in Denver, Colorado, where we got an apartment. We ended up there in September and wrote a bad check that took us into December. And then we decided to leave Denver and move on out to California. With a bad tire on a 260Z sports car, Nissan, in the mountains in December. Slippery, not only when wet, but it could have went off a couple of those mountainsides with bad tires. Finally ended up January 1979, January 2nd, one day after one of the largest earthquakes in L.A. We ended up there basically broke and decided that we're going to make a go of it. But we made a great decision to send Terry's daughter back home to her parents. That's what we did. And Terry and I tried to wait it out or do it out. Well, we ended up in the bottom garage, basement garage of the Holiday Inn in Santa Monica, California. Decided that, that was when coin phone booths were available. So we decided we were going to try and call somebody to see if we could get some help. Called the Los Angeles County Welfare Department, and they sent us to this program that would put us up for 3 days, see if we could at least get temporary employment. So they put us up in a rinky-dinky hotel in Hollywood. And we spent those 3 days, and at the end of that 3-day period, my girlfriend, who's now my wife, Terry, had gotten a job interview in Beverly Hills. So she went and got the interview and landed the job. She was going to be the assistant apartment manager. She had never really met the manager. So as we were moving in that next day, with nothing but Oh man, we were riding on fumes by then and no money. And as we decided to move in, then the manager came to introduce herself and asked who we were. Informed who we were, the manager said, "No, this will not do. The owner of the building do not like blacks." So she says, "It's not me." And she reached in her wallet and gave me $50 and an address. She says, "This man may be able to help you guys out because he had an altercation with the owner of this building when he tried to house some athletes from Muhammad Ali Professional Sports in this building for some competition." Well, we took that and the phone number, headed down to Santa Monica from Beverly Hills, west on Wilshire Boulevard, and got to Montana in Santa Monica. And on the marquee was Muhammad Ali Professional and Amateur Sports Association. I got out and left Terry in the car, went inside, and there was a number of guys inside. One guy's name was Tom Peters, who was a photographer and somewhat of a gopher for the CEO or the owner or the person who was the head of the company. His name was Harold Smith. That's what he introduced himself to me as. I told Harold the story and our desires to just simply move to L.A. I was pursuing a career. And, man, we fell on misfortune. Harold, in turn, after me finishing the story, called Tom Peters and said, "Tom, listen, take them over to the hotel and check them in." Now, listen, Los Angeles County had just put me up for 3 days in a rat-infested hotel. So I expected no more than that from this person. But I was grateful. He, as Tom left the office to get his stuff to take us, he said, "Well, where's your wife?" And I said, "Well, she's out in the car." He said, "Well, bring her in." So I brought her in and introduced her to him. He says, "Well, what kind of work do you do?" I told her, well, she was a oral hygiene dental assistant back in Virginia, but she can do receptionist and paperwork. So he said, "Well, I need a receptionist. I'm going to hire her and pay her $200 a week." Magic to my ears. Oh, not a problem. So now you guys go over, and he reached in his pocket. It seemed there was something with the $50, man, because everybody was giving $50 bills. Gave us a $50 bill and said, "Hey, man, I'll call you, or have her back over here at 9 in the morning, and then I know what you're looking for. I know everybody, and we'll try to place you in the music industry." More music to my ears. But then as we were leaving and we were in our car and following Tom as he took us to this hotel, of course we started to question ourselves. What is this? I mean, good people, but something what? And then you look at your circumstances and that just throw any argument of doubt out your window for the moment. Because Stanky needed a bath, hungry, had no real plans or no money. Now you got $50 more in your pocket and headed to a place to stay. Down on the beach we head. He turns Ocean Drive, past the Santa Monica Pier. So, whoa, wait a minute. Just at the edge of Santa Monica and Venice, near Washington Boulevard, pulls into this lavish hotel and takes us into the lobby. Nice water fountains and stuff. We feel kind of out of place because we nasty, man. Penthouse apartment, 2-bedroom. That's right. I ran around the place naked the first night. And had a wonderful sleep. The next morning, took Terry down per his instruction. Had her at the office. He said, well, hey, man, listen, here's what I need you to do. He says, you guys, man, you don't need to stay in that place that long, so go find an apartment. Bill it to us. Gave me the name of a furniture store. Take care of that. Crazy, huh? So I went and did it, per his instruction. Got an apartment 2 blocks away from the office so that she could walk. And this guy paid the check. First and last, security deposit, I think it was the equivalent of $2,500. Now I'm really head scratching. What is going on here? The end of the week, I decide, well, I'm going to be Mr. Bowl, and I'm going, hey, man, why are you doing all this for us? I know we need a little help and stuff like that, but this is I go to the office and try to open my mouth with this conversation. He says, hey, man, you ever been to Australia? Kind of quash that conversation. No, man, no. He said, well, we're going next week in the exhibition with Ali. And, we're going to take the whole office and everybody. And Blake, did you got a passport? Well, yeah. Really didn't have a passport. But, yeah. Okay. Leave your office, go down the street, make a couple of deliveries, and come back. There, sitting in the office, is Muhammad Ali, sitting next to my girlfriend's desk. And across the way from him, Drew Bundini Brown. Wow. Gotta say, Jamie Foxx did a great job. I knew the man. You did a great job, Jamie. Introduce us to these guys now. Any argument of why you doing this to me is like out the window. Zing, boom, bam. Hey, God's good. Hallelujah. We ready to do this. We do. The Lord done planted me in Hollywood just like this. Is this happening? That's just the way it goes. Well, the trip to Australia came up, and the guy decided that he was going to change things. He said, well, why not just take Terry, and you stay here and you watch The Office for me? And kind of triggered a little something. Nah, why don't Terry and I stay here and watch The Office? We didn't have no passports anyway. So it made me a little smart move there. We'll just watch The Office for you. Besides, you ain't going to take my woman nowhere. That started that. They went off for a week, and we stayed around the office. In that process, a lot of people came around, names like Bob Arum, Don King. Those people came around and made appointments for him when he got back in town. As he got back in town, my position moved up or whatever, because I became the guy who would always go and get money from the bank for his travel purposes or whatever purposes. So I guess I became his runner. And twice a week, he would send me from Santa Monica, his office, to Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, branch of Wells Fargo Bank, where a man named Ben Lewis would hand me an envelope. Big envelope. Big envelope. Twice a week. To the tune of $165,000 at a time, a piece, twice a week. Spent 8 years doing that. 8 years, twice a week. Sitting in my Santa Monica apartment, watching the noon news. Harold Smith, where does he get his money? Story at 6. Mouth eye. I ain't going nowhere but to the TV at 6. Find that this man was embezzling money from Wells Fargo Bank. And he had been doing it for 8 years. and I was the guy doing the running. A couple of days into that, a knock was at my door. And I had a security door, so you had to go and buzz people in. Ding dong, Joe Woodall, FBI. We need to talk to you, Mr. Key. You know what I mean? Come down there, coming up here. We'd like to come up there. They came to my apartment and they explained things to me, and they said, we'd like to take you down and show you some things. Okay. I went with them in the back seat of their car. They headed east on Wilshire Boulevard to Westwood. Federal Building in Westwood. And they took me downstairs. I knew that I was an actor that very day. Because, brother, the performance after they drove me into that tunnel, it was true fear. Because I ain't know these white folks with badges and guns in the FBI. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I really did a nice little acting job. And they took me to what what the federal people call a little war room. My little picture was on the wall. Every time I'd walked into that bank and got that envelope. And he said, Mr. Key, Harold Ross Fields Smith is a lifelong con artist. He's used names like Sammy Davis Jr. all the way up to this big hook, Muhammad Ali, to extort money, and now he's getting it from Wells Fargo Bank in a kiting operation between him and an operations manager named Ben Lewis. Well, I ain't gonna believe that. He saved me from the street, man. He rescued me. He's the reason I'm driving my car now. They gonna blame you, Mr. Key. We know who you are, but they're gonna blame you. So the best thing that you can do is to help us. I asked to be taken home. On the way home, I made a decision, and that decision was to cooperate. Because I ain't going to jail for nobody. I just came out here to sing and dance, and I ain't done no singing and dancing. Done a whole lot of partying. In the midst, I've met everybody from Lionel Richie and the Commodores, Sylvester Stallone, everybody that you could name from that little era. I sat in $500 seats at the Muhammad Ali-Larry Holmes fight in Las Vegas. I was invited to the studio. Lionel Richie recorded "Dum da dum dum, While I'm Easy." Seen a lot of people, but did no work. Nobody knew who I was or what I did, but they knew that I ran back and forth to that bank with that money. When I got back to my apartment in Santa Monica, I told Terry what had happened. And she said she had seen the news report. I said, we're going to cooperate with this guy. Because we don't know. And obviously, if it's this heavy, I ain't going to jail for nobody. If you think the FBI is a fake, some on TV, that's some real stuff. Them little pins in your pocket, beep, in case somebody do you wrong, come guns firing. Lawyers who will tell you, who will give you lines like everybody lies, just, who can make the judge believe the better lie, the bigger lie. So for 3 more years, we traveled from Lake Tahoe to Vegas. We flew private jets just to gain and help the FBI gain evidence more evidence on this person. At the end, these guys were convicted. $21.3 million embezzled from Wells Fargo Bank. And every bit of that money flowed through my hands. I just wanted to be a drummer, singer. My name is Tony Key.
Screenplay writers, actors, directors, musicians, authors, and entertainment. You are invited to join us here at KEI TV. For more information, call 972-989-9925.
Lamont, I take it you don't approve of your father and I getting married. Do you mind telling me why?
Because it's ridiculous, that's why. He's too old, and you're gonna be miserable. What kind of life is it being the wife of an old man?
What kind of life you think it is being the father of a young dummy?
Don't call me no young dummy. You are a young dummy. You ain't got no try to Don't try to tell me nothing about my neither. I don't want to talk to her.
Please stop it. Lamont, I think you owe your father an apology.
And I owe him one across his lip.
After all, he is your father, and I think you ought to show some respect.
Tell that dummy.
And Fred, you be quiet.
What?
You only make things worse. Now, your son has a right to his opinion, and he has a right to defend his mother, so be quiet.
Listen, you don't tell me how to talk to my son, woman.
And don't you raise your voice at me, Fred Sanford.
I'll raise my voice when I get ready.
Not to me, you won't.
You and anybody else. You don't tell me when to raise my voice. I ain't taking no stuff off my first wife, and I ain't gonna take none off you either.
I'm beginning to understand why she died so young.
Well, you know, man, your husband didn't live too long either, did he?
I am glad I found out about your bad temper.
And I'm glad I found out about your big mouth.
If you will excuse me, I'll just get my coat.
Donna, wait a minute. Where you going?
I'm leaving. I don't see any reason to stay on, do you?
Listen, I didn't mean to upset you. Now you gonna let a little argument ruin all our plans?
You said some very nasty things to me, Fred. Very nasty.
But we're supposed to be compatible. See, you'd be different if you was Taurus the bull. You're not a bull. You Leo the lion.
Well, that's true.
Well, will you stay?
If you're really and truly sorry.
I really am truly sorry.
Honestly?
Honestly.
All right, I'll stay.
Oh, great. Gee whiz, come on back over here and sit down. Hey, son, I took back all the things I said about Dinah. Now, everything's all right again.
Oh, really? Even the part about how she's over the hill?
Who said that?
He did last night when he was talking about you.
What you want to bring that up for?
Well, as long as you're taking stuff back, you might as well take it all back. There's no need in starting off your marriage with secrets between you.
Did you say that about me?
I don't remember. If I said it, I didn't mean it the way it sounded.
Just how did you mean it?
Well, I might have said, you know, for somebody that was over the hill, you wasn't bad. And if you put on some dark glasses, people wouldn't be able to see them bags under your eyes.